What is up, you fantastic, wonderful people? Today, it's the time to complete. It's the time. Yeah, no, it's the time to complete the trilogy. I don't know why I thought I said that wrong. We did the movies. We did the villains. We're doing the heroes. I might be a bit late to this video. I've made it like 3 different times and haven't been happy with how it turned out, so I'm making it third time's a charm. You know, this should be the attempt that I like how it turns out. I'm not gonna waste any time. We all know how this works. It's a tier list. Today on the tier list, we have great hero, inspiring children all around the world, top tier. Good hero, that's inspiring slightly less children around the world, A tier. Hero probably inspires a few people, mid tier. Hero, but not really inspiring, mid tier again. I don't know. I guess hero, this one is probably like B tier. This is C. Kind of a hero, but makes me not want to be a hero. I'm with the villains on this one, and then I would rather die than be saved by this hero. So those are what we're going with today. That's what we got on the tier list. Let's hop right into it. I think I got these in chronological order. I'm also pretty sure I have these all, like I have all the heroes. I'm sorry if I forgot about that one guy that jerked Thor off in the back of a 7-Eleven in Thor Ragnarok or something. Maybe I missed out on one or two, but this is most of them. Let's hop right in. Boom, we've got Iron Man, Tony Stark. We all know him. We all love him. I don't think there's much more that needs to be said. He's going right in the top tier. He's one of the backbones of the MCU for the longest time. Now that he's gone, we're all wishing he was back. Although I kind of hope they just let him die, let him be dead. One of the best to do it. Probably will never be topped. Or will he? Stick around. Boom, we got Nick Fury. Is Nick Fury even really a hero? Probably not, but I'm still going to put him on this list because he's cool. And because he's so cool, top tier, baby. We're starting it off strong. Boom, we got Hulk, baby. Hulk was a character I liked a lot when I was young, and I thought he was cool in like the first Avengers when I was like 8. But nowadays, I'm just kind of like, they don't know what the hell they're doing with this character. He's like a dad now that has a poor relationship with his son, it feels like. I don't know. It just seems like they've taken Hulk in a very weird direction that I don't know why they went in that direction. So I'm going to place Hulk in hero. He might inspire a few people, but he's not inspiring too many. We got Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. She's been in the MCU for a while. She's one of the better parts of it. I really like the character. I don't think she has enough to be top tier. I just don't think she brings enough like to the table, I guess. I really thought her movie would flesh out her character a bit more and make it, you know, explain the backstory and everything really well and really just drive home that power and meaning of, you know, why she's doing what she's doing. But it didn't. It did not do that. So I just don't know why she does what she does, and because of that, she goes in good hero, inspiring slightly less children, because she's still a very strong character. But like with Nick Fury, just cool. He doesn't count. But like with Iron Man, you know why he's doing what he's doing. That was set up very well in the first Iron Man movie. And that, I think that's one of the main things you need to get right with a character for us to really be drawn into that character. And that's, I just don't have that with Black Widow. Next up, ba-bam, Thor. Thor is another character that, like Hulk, I just don't think they know what they're doing with this character. By the way, you know what? Fuck it. We're moving Hulk down to hero, but not really inspiring. Thor, they kind of know what they're doing at sometimes. Like, I think Thor really shined earlier, but again, I don't think they know what they're doing now. Just, you know, case in point in Love and Thunder. It's so sad to see, because if this was like Infinity War Ragnarok era, he would be one of the highest characters on this list. He was so dope in those movies. But they just have not taken him in a very good direction. I point you to Thor, like the big Lebowski Thor, and the fat ass he was, and how he just like cried and sapped about everything. It's just not funny. It's funny for like 5 seconds, but then it becomes not funny. And then you had Love and Thunder, which was funny the first time I watched it, but they made Thor into too much of a goofball, and it just didn't really work for me. So because of that, Thor's gonna go into hero. He probably inspires a few people, but man, I just wish I wish we got that Thor Ragnarok era Thor for like the whole time we had Thor. That would have been perfect. Ba-bam, we got Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, one of my main complaints with the Hawkeye show. A lot of people complained that the Hawkeye show was so low on my list. That's because we didn't have enough of this guy in it. I love Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. I love Jeremy Renner. He's a real life hero. We just don't get to see enough of him for me to place him really that high on the list, but I wish we did. Because I love Jeremy Renner. I love Hawkeye. Every time he pops up, I love him. Especially in like, I think he really shined in Endgame was I think what his like main shining point, but he always has some of the best lines. I like when he's like in the Age of Ultron, when he's like, you know, we're on a flying like island, we're fighting robots, I have an arrow, none of this makes sense. I don't know how the line goes, I forget, but something like that. And I just thought that was a really cool line. He always has some great lines. Jeremy Renner, because of Jeremy Renner, he's immediately going to be put into hero, probably inspires a few people, even though he probably doesn't deserve that high just because we don't have enough of him. I just love the man, okay? But bam, we got, boom, Chris Evans, Captain America. Spoiler alert, guys. I think Chris Evans, Captain America, is the best character in the MCU. I think he's the most consistent. I think he's got one of the best origin stories. I love that whole first, like, hour and a half of the first Avenger. So good. I think this man being gone is the biggest reason the MCU is failing. Yeah, I love that character. I don't know what they could have done to make me like Chris Evans more. Kids think Iron Man's the best character in the MCU because he's funny, he's got the one-liners, he's got the suits. But as you grow, maturing and growing up is realizing that Captain America is the best character in the MCU, okay? Grow up. Boom, we got Bucky Barnes. Now, Bucky is the first one on here that was also on the villain list, and he rated pretty high on the villain list because I thought he was a great villain. I also think he is great as a hero. I think I just don't think we've got, like, they've kind of sidelined him for most of it. Even though I love him appearing in these sideline things, they've sidelined him one too many times to the point where I just can't give him much higher than, I can't put him above Thor or Jeremy Renner there, because the first time they gave him any bit of a spotlight in Falcon the Winter Soldier, it sucked. It was horrible. I wished he would have gotten a better spotlight because I could see him being a top tier character. They just haven't allowed him to be a top tier character yet and really take that spotlight. Even in Falcon the Winter Soldier, he was kind of a side character to Falcon. Boom, Star-Lord. Chris Pratt is my favorite actor. I think you can tell right here. I don't know if you can see it. That is a signed Guardians of the Galaxy poster by Chris Pratt, one of my most prized possessions that I own. I love the man. I'm going to place him really high up. I think his arc was done really well. I love Chris Pratt and Star-Lord's evolution throughout all the movies, even though I don't like what they did with him in Infinity War, where he kind of fucked up, because I don't think that's something... I get that, you know, Star-Lord's always been like a bit more emotional and stuff and caring and whatnot. But would he go so far as to fuck the whole planet because he lost Gamora? I don't know. That seems like a bit of a cop-out with the character. Wasn't the biggest fan of that, but still damn near perfect character in my opinion. I love everything I've seen from Star-Lord. Keeping this Guardian train going, Rocket. Rocket is a character that would have been much lower pre-Guardians 3, but Guardians 3, they really fleshed out his backstory, gave us that why he's doing what he's doing. Rocket almost damn near became one of my top tier characters. But for right now, I do think Rocket is Rocket up there with Iron Man, Star-Lord, Captain America? No. But damn, is Rocket damn near the top? Hell yeah, they've done well by Rocket over the past, like, one movie. And yeah, that one movie is what pretty much saved his character, because he was always just a nice side character. He'd probably be somewhere down with, like, these guys right here before Guardians 3. But Guardians 3 just gave him that massive bump that he needed, that massive, like, telling of, okay, this is Rocket, this is why he's doing what he's doing. And yeah, that's what's going to put him solidly in good hero, inspiring slightly less children around the world. Boom, we got Drax. Drax always been kind of a fun side character, but that's all he's kind of been. Unlike Rocket, he never got that moment where he really got to boost up and shine in any of the movies. He had his moments, his nice emotional moments, especially in, like, Guardians 3 when he was, like, talking to the kids. And you find out that he's not really meant to be Drax the Destroyer. He's meant to be Drax the dad. It's cute. It's fun. But is that enough to boost him into a top tier character? I don't think so. So I'm going to put him down right there in hero, but not really inspiring. Ba-bam! We got Gamora. Gamora is another one that they've killed off and brought back. So the Gamora we got attached to for like 5 movies and like over the course of like 5 years or whatever, died, and then we they brought back a new like asshole Gamora, which I'm don't get me wrong, I'm glad they did, because I would have preferred they did that over just making her get her memories back somehow and just having the same Gamora. That would have been such a big cop out. So I'm glad they let the Gamora character change into something new. But the fact that they just killed her off, that this is a completely different Gamora. She never had any of those experiences that connected us to her. It's kind of hard to rate her because like she would be pretty high if it was based off the first 5 years. Cause I thought she worked really well as Star-Lord, but because of what happened in Guardians, not Guardians 3, it was Infinity War she died. Yeah, Infinity War she died, and then she came back in Endgame. I just can't place her all too high just because I lost all that attachment, and she was a completely different character in Guardians 3. So if I'm basing this off of right now, they've killed off my love for the character. Unlike Gamora, boom, we got... Oh, that's not fucking one. Wait, hold up. We got Nebula. Nebula, I think, is the exact opposite. I think she's been done really well throughout all the movies. Is she a top tier character yet? No. Do I like her turn from a villain or like an anti-villain sort of thing to a hero? Really well done in Endgame. Even though her and Rocket didn't have too much in Endgame together, they had a little bit there, and I thought it was just really nice to see those two that were never really like the closest in previous Guardians films even just share any bit of connection over their whole team and their family dying. I don't know why I felt the need to specifically point out that one like scene. That was like a scene like at the beginning, but it's the little stuff, it's the little things that really get you, and that really got me. Boom, we got Groot. Groot was a character I loved in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. If you can make a talking tree say "We are Groot" and my eyes start tearing up, you've done your job well. However, over the course of all the rest of the movies, they have not known what the hell to do with Groot. He's just been a side character that does practically nothing except say "I am Groot." So because of that, I just don't really care for the character. He can't be too high up. He's still a fun and enjoyable side character, but man, he doesn't really make me want to be a hero, you know? But bam, we got Kraglin. Kraglin is okay. He'll be above Groot. He's not on the same level as a talking tree. Baba Booey, we got Yondu. Yondu, I have been very critical of Guardians 2. I don't like Guardians 2 as much as a lot of people. I'm coming around to it a little bit. I don't hate it as much as I used to. But one of the things I do love about Guardians 2 is my boy Yondu. I think they did Yondu really well. I love his relationship to Star-Lord. Yondu was one of the best parts of any movie in the MCU. In Guardians 2, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. It's just, it's funny. Oh my god, he was done really well. And the fact that they actually had the balls to kill him off. My boy Yondu, good hero, inspiring slightly less children around the world. Because he's a good hero, man. Boom, we got Quicksilver. The dude who played Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson, doesn't even care about the role, so why should I? Boom, Wanda. Wanda is a very good, solid hero. However, I don't think I've liked her as much of a hero than I did as like a villain. Her role in WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, I liked her a lot better in those two, where she plays the villain. Other than the roles where she was a hero. As a hero, she's fine. She does the job. But she never really got her moment in the spotlight as a hero. She didn't do much of anything in the Avengers Age of Ultron. She was just kind of there. Like, she did stuff, but we didn't learn much about her. Then in, like, Civil War, she was just kind of used as a side piece again. And then in the Avengers films, like, she had that one really good scene where she had to, like, kill Vision in front of Thanos and then watch him come back to life as Thanos took the stone. That was a good scene, but there was never really anything that really like drew me towards the character as much as when she was a villain. So for hero, she's a hero, but she's not really inspiring. Boom, we got Vision. Speak of Wanda, now we got Wanda's lover. Vision's a lot better. I like Vision a lot. That's where he's gonna sit. Vision's a really good character. I like Vision. I thought he has one of the best lines in any comic book movie ever in WandaVision when he like says, "What is love if not... what is grief if not love persevering?" That's such a great line. Love that line. And the reason I was debating putting him in top tier because I kind of want to still. I love Vision. I like the fact that he's like this ultimate force of good. Like you learn that right out of the bat when he like picks up Thor's hammer. They just immediately set off straight. This guy is like an ultimate good guy. I don't know. There's something just really. It's almost like, because I know I was bitching about like Black Widow and stuff not giving like, you know, not having a reason of why she's doing stuff. We don't have that for Vision either. That's almost what kind of draws me towards Vision a little bit, is that the fact that we just don't know much about him. He's just kind of there. He's on the Avengers side and stuff, and it's like, it's always been just a bit of like the mystique of the character. I don't know why it works for Vision, but then with someone like Black Widow, I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you fighting with the Avengers? But then Vision just comes along to fight with See, the difference is Vision picked up Thor's hammer. If Black Widow ended up picking up Thor's hammer, you know, I would understand. I would get it. But she didn't do that. Vision did do that. Fuck you. I don't care. Bam, we got Paul Rudd's Ant-Man. Sadly has like the worst trilogy in the MCU. I think 2 of his movies are some of the worst in the MCU. I like the first Ant-Man a lot, and I really like, with going back to why is the hero doing what the hero's doing, I like why he's doing what he's doing. He's, you know, a criminal that's trying to be reformed. He's just trying to, you know, get a relationship back with his daughter, you know, ends up taking from the wrong house and gets into the hands of a superhero, then, you know, has to save the day and stuff. I think that's fun. It's a different take, you know, it's not like world-ending stakes where, you know, he has a nice little, you know, emotional attachment, because I feel like a lot of people can understand just wanting to have a relationship with your daughter and doing the right thing because of that, and almost sacrificing in a way his relationship with his daughter to be a hero in that first film. Obviously it doesn't end up staying that way, but however, even though I like his why he's doing what he's doing, the rest of it isn't that great. I mean, he's always been kind of the comedic character. He had his moments in Endgame. I don't know if he's like done anything really notable. None of his movies he's done anything particularly interesting. He hasn't really grown too much as a character, except for becoming really paranoid. So I don't know, I'm just gonna throw him right there. Boom. Luis, the true hero of the Ant-Man franchise. Actually such a good character. We're gonna place him above the rest of the characters. It's gonna be the Luis tier now. Boom. Black Panther. Not too long ago, I remember we were all thinking that this was the new face of the MCU. This guy and Doctor Strange, they were doing it. They were going to be the new leaders, faces, whatever. Sadly, that can't really happen anymore, but damn, what a shame it can't, because I think Black Panther was a really cool character at the time we were given. We only got him really in like 3-ish movies. Like, yeah, he was in Endgame, but was he? But in the 3 movies he was given, I liked Civil War, obviously, a great introduction to the character. The Black Panther movie, arguably the best part of it was like T'Challa and Killmonger's like reasons for fighting, like the whole emotion there. Arguably the best part of the movie, and that's what carried it so much, because most of the other stuff in that movie didn't really carry it too much. It was the characters and the story that really carried that movie. For the time we had with Black Panther, he was nothing but fantastic. I'm gonna put him solidly and good hero, inspiring slightly less children around the world. But bam, we got Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is such a cool character, and just like with Black Panther, we all thought this man was going to be taking on the role of the MCU leader. Everyone thought it. We don't know if we think it anymore, because we've seen him one single time, and he's just gone again. He's like in a different dimension doing stuff. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but maybe we'll see him again. Even if we don't see him again, or if we do, or whatever, he's just such a cool character. Yeah, his backstory is really generic. Benedict Cumberbatch is cool. The character is cool. He like does magic stuff, and that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put him in top tier because he's just cool. Boom. Wong, arguably cooler, better magic. The only connective strand in the whole MCU right now is pretty much just Wong. It's like he's been in like every project for like 5 minutes, and he always has like one of the best scenes in those projects. Wong, I don't give a shit what anyone says. Wong deserves fucking top tier. Wong's gonna be over Doctor Strange because he's the Sorcerer Supreme. Last time I checked, Doctor Strange doesn't even own that title anymore. Fuck Doctor Strange. Wong is just the best. I have a Wong. If you could, I would turn my camera, but it's kind of hard to turn. You know what? No, I'll turn it. Come here. I have like a Wong designed PC. Like my PC is like based after Wong. Wong is fucking Wong. His name in real life is Wong. What more do you need from a character? Boom. Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man. I actually really like what they've done with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland's a great Spider-Man. I have not seen a single thing from the Spider-Man that I didn't like. We pretty much got just a 3-movie origin story, but man, He really is fully Spider-Man now. He is no longer Spider-Boy. He is fully our Spider-Man. I can't wait to see what they do with him in Spider-Man 4, because I think the first three, I love the first Spider-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming. I think Vulture is one of the best villains. Spider-Man is one of the best characters. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Jacob Batalon as Ned is fantastic. Zendaya as MJ is a nice touch. He's always had some of the best villains. I love Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal. Nothing to not love about any of the Spider-Man films, and everyone knows the Spider-Man character's origin story and stories. I don't have to go over that. I love Spider-Man. He gets top tier. I don't care what anyone says. Bam, we got Loki. Loki's another one that was also on the hero list. I love everything I've seen from Loki. He's always as a character. I think around Ragnarok was where he became a hero. I think that's where we can all agree that was his like hero start. And the Loki TV show is the only TV show I really loved so far. So I can't wait to see season 2, because that trailer looks just as good. But literally every Marvel trailer these days looks just like that good, but they end up kind of being mid. So I don't know if I can trust the trailer anymore. Nonetheless, Loki, top tier. Great character. Bam, we got Valkyrie. Valkyrie she's okay. I don't know. She's never really... I thought she was really nice in Ragnarok. She's such a really nice touch. But I feel like they really only knew what to do with her in Ragnarok. It doesn't seem like they've known what to do. They set her up as like the Queen of Asgard, and then she's done nothing as the Queen of Asgard. I'm just going to slap her down there because she hasn't done much. She's a nice touch, just hasn't done enough to really cement herself in a higher position. Bam. Shuri. Shuri is so fucking annoying. Too goddamn smart. Wha-bam. Under the talking tree she goes. Wham. Wasp. Wasp has always just been a side character to Ant-Man. Ant-Man isn't a particularly a strong character in my opinion. So the fact that she is there solely to play off of him, she doesn't give me much to really care about. I've never really cared about the Wasp at all. The only interesting thing about her is how fucking shitty of haircut she's had, but that's about it. Boom, Captain Marvel Brie Larson. This is our first like character that's like a name character, a main movie about her and everything. That is sadly gonna be pretty low. I don't know. It's kind of weird because they brought her in her first movie and she has amnesia, so she doesn't even know who she is. So how am I supposed to really know who she is until the last 5 minutes of the movie when she knows who she is? And then I finally start getting any little attachment to her, but then the movie's over and she's introduced us as like super badass that can destroy anything. It's like, okay, cool. That's really interesting. And then she comes in the end game to bully all of our favorite characters. It's like, why the hell do you think that is a good way to go about making us like a character? Our characters that we love and care for so much, like Chris Evans, Captain America, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, all just got the shit kicked out of them. And you come in and just make fun of everybody and expect that to work out for you? Like, well, you didn't have me last time you faced them, so we should do pretty good this time because you have this girl right here. You got her. Like, no, fuck off. Like, it was kind of annoying to see her come in and just be like, I can take him solo. Yeah, I can do it by myself. You all suck, clearly. And then she comes in and actually does it too. That's the most annoying fucking thing. She comes in and just destroys his ship out of nowhere. So she actually fucking does it. Pisses me off because fuck her. I don't know. She's annoying so far. The Marvel's coming out soon. Maybe she can turn around and maybe I'll love her in my books, but for right now, I can't really put her that high. She's not low enough to be bottom because I think she has potential, unlike these characters. She's not very high either. I'll even put her above Valkyrie, but that's about as high as she'll go in my books. Talos. Talos came in, chit-chatted with Nick Fury for a bit, and then just literally died. So, I don't know. What else do you want from me? Boom, we got Monica Rambeau. Again, a character that has potential. Like, I liked her little role in WandaVision, but that's pretty much all we've seen from her. And she's also going to be in the Marvels, so maybe she'll go up higher in the Marvels. But for right now, at least she didn't actively piss me off, so I'll put her above Captain Marvel, but not by much. Bam, we got Sylvie. Sylvie's a fine character. I really am interested to see where they go in season 2, because they set her up as kind of the person who fucked up the multiverse in season 1. So I'm excited to see what happens in season 2. She could even go up. Season 2 is really I'm gonna put her here for now, mid-tier. Season 2, she's either gonna go up or she's gonna go down. It's gonna be one of the two. But for right now, just kind of a mid character. Bam, Florence Pugh, Yelena, one of the best best new characters to be introduced to the MCU. Loved every second of it. She stole the scene in Black Widow. She damn near, I think, yeah, she even surpassed Black Widow in her own movie. I loved every second she was on screen. She was the best part of Hawkeye when she just came in and ate mac and cheese and then just left. She's been one of the few parts of the MCU that I've loved seeing. I can't wait to see her pop back up in Thunderbolts. I can't wait to see how that turns out. One of the shining lights so far. I'm going to put her solemnly in the good hero, inspiring slightly less children. She has the potential to go way up, though, if they do her right by her character. She could go way up. Boom, Red Guardian. Just kind of another mid character. I don't know. He didn't really do anything in Captain America, or he didn't really do anything in Black Widow. He had like one little fight at the end, and then just kind of made jokes about how much he loves his family. I don't know. He just didn't do much. He didn't do it for me. I'm going to put him in mid tier. Thunderbolts, he's coming back. Maybe he can win me over again. He'll be kind of like Sylvie. If he comes in Thunderbolts and steals the show, he'll move up. If he doesn't, he'll move down. I don't know where to put him yet, though, because we've seen him for like 30 minutes, not even. Shang-Chi, another character that I loved seeing in his movie. Very likable. I loved his emotion. They kind of used the cheat sheet for his emotion by making him have an actual relationship with the villain, like a family member. So it's easy to understand why he's doing what he's doing. I just think it was so badass. It probably helped that he was one of the few characters that got a good movie in Phase 4. Not a lot of people did that. So maybe it was just a shining breath of fresh air. But man, I love Shang-Chi in every second in that movie. Can't wait to see him pop up again. Boom, the Eternals. I don't know if I can tell you a single Eternals name. You have, Phastos, Gilgamesh, Icarus, Ajax. Don't remember her name. Something with like a D or something. I don't know. Point is, I can't really remember the names. I'm pretty sure I probably got half of those wrong. Maybe I didn't, but I'm gonna assume I did because I generally get stuff wrong. But the movie was pretty much completely forgotten by the universe. They just had so many of them shoved into one 2.5 hour movie or whatever. They didn't have enough time to really build out our relationship with any of them, so I didn't really care about any of them. Like, I couldn't care less about most of them. We got like 5 minutes with some of them died before we even really saw them at all, and they're gonna go about right there on the tier list. I just couldn't care less for any of them. I don't even know if we're gonna see them again. Who the hell knows what they're doing with them? They had fucking Harry Styles come at the end there, and we just haven't seen anything. Boom, we got Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. Fuck her, she stole the spotlight. She didn't even steal the spotlight, but they gave her the spotlight over Jeremy Renner, who should have got the spotlight. I'm a bit salty there, but she's a fine character. If Kate Bishop comes back again, I'd be more than happy to see her pop up again, even though there's no way she beats the shit out of Kingpin. I'm sorry, I still don't believe that for a second. She was a nice, charismatic character, and I liked the way she played off of Hawkeye, where she looked up to him in a mentorship sort of way, but Hawkeye just wanted nothing to fucking do with her for most of the show. Nice character. I don't want to place her too high because I'm still pissed that she took the Hawkeye show away from fucking Hawkeye, but I will place her above these other side characters. I think that's where she deserves. Boom, Moon Knight. Even though I didn't like the Moon Knight show, Moon Knight is a character that has a lot of potential to be great, and you got Oscar Isaac there. I love the multiple personalities of the character, even though I do think they used it as a little bit of a cop-out in the show. If we get a season 2, or if we get him a movie down the line or whatever, if he pops up next time, I hope they don't just like fade to black and then come back and everyone's dead. Show us that action. Show us that dope-ass action where he somehow got out of like 6 guys surrounding him in a headlock. Show us that. Boom, America Chavez. A character that traverses the multiverse. In your multiverse saga, you feel like this would be one of their most important main characters in the MCU right now. But she's been in one movie, and she barely knows how to use her powers in it. I'm sorry, but it makes no sense that you have a character that can traverse the multiverse, and you just aren't using her at all. I'm gonna place her at the top of kind of a hero, but makes me not want to be a hero, because she should be such a more important... I feel bad that she isn't as utilized as she could be, because she should be a way more important character than she is right now. Boom, Miss Marvel. I like the Miss Marvel show. I like the Miss Marvel character. I think she looks like she's going to be a blast in the new Marvels coming out. Looks like she's going to play off of everyone really well. I like her little her fangirlness of Captain Marvel. It's fun. It's relatable. I like her relationship with her family. She almost has a little bit of Spider-Man-ness in her, and like just being a, not everyone can relate to a tech billionaire or an ancient war hero or a super secret spy or half celestial or whatever the fuck he is. You can relate to as being a teenager that has fandoms. Like that's a pretty common thing. We're talking about a fandom right now. It's just I don't know. It's pretty. I like that it's like a fangirl that got powers herself. That's a nice little. I don't know. Something about it's just nice. I'm gonna place her in hero. Probably inspires a few people. I think she has potential to grow. I think she's easily gonna steal the scene in the new Marvels coming up. Can't wait to see her. But bam, Mighty Thor. She could be higher if they were just slightly less goofy with the character. I didn't care for her in the earlier Thor films. She comes back. She has a really cool kind of concept going on where she uses the powers, but she gets more sick every time she uses them. But then they just like made jokes about it the whole movie and made me not care about it at all. So she's gonna go pretty low, sadly. I don't know what the fuck that is. Boom. Daredevil. Daredevil, solid. I mean, if you saw the Netflix show, you already know. But we're not going off the Daredevil show. We're going off of just his couple appearances so far in No Way Home and She-Hulk. Still fucking top tier, baby. I hated that She-Hulk show. The one shining light was Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Fantastic character. I really hope the show, the Daredevil Born Again, is awesome. But sadly, from what we're hearing, it might not be. And that really upsets me because I really wanted another great Daredevil season. But I'm going to hope for the best because I think so far he's been exactly like what he used to be. Love the character. Top tier for sure. Could go higher. If we were ranking him off the Netflix show, he'd be way higher. But we're ranking him off of 2 appearances. I can't put him too high yet. Maybe I'm a little biased from the Netflix show still. Boom. Ironheart. A very derivative character that I don't really like. She also is just another kid that's way too smart. She also is just like another character we've seen once and we haven't seen again. I know she has a show coming out. Maybe the show will win me over and turn me around. I hope it does. But from her little appearance in Black Panther, couldn't really care less for the character, sadly, if I'm going to be honest. Boom. A character I could care even less for. It's just kind of annoying. Like another kid that's way too fucking smart. Stop making kids smart. Kids are dumb. I should know. I'm practically still a kid and I'm fucking stupid. So I don't get why it makes me feel so awful about myself when all these kids in the MCU are so fucking smart. They're creating Iron Man suits out of a Mustang or like portals to contact a different realm in their parents' basement. It's like, what the hell? Is it that easy? Do I just need to like tape my old iPhones together and press the home button on all of them at 3 a.m. or something? Like, how are they doing this shit? Cosmo. I mean...
It was a talking dog, you know what I mean?
And finally, to finish off our list, Gaia. They fucked up with Gaia. She was a fine enough side character throughout most of the show, even though the show sadly kind of sucked. She was a fine enough side character, great actress. They really fucked up at the end. They gave her all the powers of literally everyone in the MCU. Thanos, Thor, Captain Marvel, the 3 people that ultimately are considered like the strongest in the MCU. She has all 3 of those, plus pretty much everyone else. That doesn't make sense to me, because now guess what? Why... in the Marvels, why use the Marvels to do any of that when you can just go, hey Gaia, want to help me out really quick? I got an issue. I don't care what happens to comics. I don't want to hear anything about the comics. Actually, in the comics, she gets all the powers and blah, blah. Don't fucking bring up the comics. This is the movies. In the movies, they haven't explained jack shit to what's going to happen because she has all the powers. So right now, I'm just left to assume she is roaming the earth with all the powers. And Nick Fury knows how to contact her. You just ruined, I think this is ruined the MCU almost. I feel like this could be a very big nail in the coffin. Not necessarily ruin the MCU, but not a good decision either. And the MCU's been making a lot of bad decisions. I'm gonna place her at the bottom. She just, yeah, they fucked up. She gets the bottom tier because, yeah, they just fucked up so bad with the character. She was just kind of a fine and like, not annoying. She was just kind of fine their side character, you know? But yeah, they fucked up big time. But you fantastic, wonderful people. that is it. That is the official MCU hero tier list. I did say official, so these opinions are now final. Nonetheless, I would still love to hear your opinions in the comments down below. You don't have to rate all these characters. I'm sure I missed a few. I'm sure people are going to point out, actually, you forgot, and put on their big ass fucking nerd glasses and type in like 20 characters I forgot. But calm down. This is most of them. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 characters are, what your top 5 worst characters are. I don't know. Let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions on some of these characters. I love most of these characters. I feel like the MCU, that's the reason a lot of us love the MCU, is because of the characters. So for right now, I'm going to call it there, folks. And toodles.